with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free.
Okay, that's probably enough of O Canada, just to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching this. I had a request from Jeff Wilson, who is one of your representatives to the International Federation Board, along with Noreen Rood, to just give you a little update overview on training. So that's what this little video is about, and it's up to you how you want to use it. Feel free to share it with others. So just to update where we are, IAP2 has 3 products in the training range. That's the Certificate in Public Participation, the Emotion and Outrage in Public Participation course, and the Decision Makers course, which is a subset of the certificate, and no licence holder can deliver the Decision Makers course without being a certificate holder. We also have 2 other products which are to do with Train the Trainer. So they're not training products open to the public. You have to apply to do these, and that leads you to a licence holding arrangement with IAP2, and that's in the certificate program and in Emotion, Outrage and Public Participation. And in Canada you have trainers who are licensed holders to deliver all of those programs, and you also have a person who is on the Train the Trainer faculty for the certificate program and for the Emotion, Outrage and Public Participation program. So you're very well placed and maintaining your leadership in those spaces. So now just a couple of quick things about how our training is organised around the world. All licence holders are entitled to deliver the training under their own steam. They take all the risks and they receive the profits from that for their own businesses, companies, or whatever arrangements they might hold with a sponsor running that course or hosting that course. They're all required to pay a licence fee for that privilege to IAP2 as the licensed copyright holders for all those materials. At the moment in Canada, Canadian trainers levied their fee that they have to pay is 50 Canadian dollars per person per day for training in the certificate program, $45 per head for the Emotion, Outrage and Public Participation course, and $45 to the royalty for that person, so that's $90 they deliver to us, and we split that 50-50 between our intellectual property co-owners, which is ourselves and Peter Sandman. And then for the decision makers there's a flat fee of $250, which they can, it's just a one-off flat fee regardless of how many people take the course. All trainers are required to use the IAP2 materials, that's part of the licence holding agreement, and to provide those training manuals or resources to their participants enrolled in that training. IAP2 owns the copyright for all of that and will continue to do that. Licence holders are bound by a number of obligations to IAP2 to make sure that they meet the minimum standards. Most of the trainers, indeed, in fact all in Canada, exceed those minimum standards, which includes things like professional development plans, ongoing publicity and promotion, and participation in the life of IAP2. So that's just a bit about the training environment. Now, some affiliates, South Africa and Australasia, for example, deliver training themselves. They are the auspicing authority, and they enter into individual agreements with trainers who are licensed to IAP2. They use this as a profit-making venture, as a membership driver, and as a way to extend the practice as part of their overall strategic objectives. That is something that Canada might like to consider, and it certainly helps brand IAP2 in a way that individual consultants or organisations who deliver training can't, because it's linked directly to the IAP2 brand, not just as licence holders but actually as the entity itself. Then there's the Train the Trainer approach. We've completed the pilot for the new approach, which Gail Simpson, who is the former training director and Canadian and now your treasurer, was very instructive and initiated that entire process last year, and we've been going through a whole range of things to get to the end of that. And some of the innovations that will be coming from that for the future will be continuous enrolment, with regular train-the-trainer face-to-face elements around the world, and we're seeking your advice as a Canadian affiliate for when we might be able to hold the face-to-face element for that in Canada sometime in the very near future, certainly within the next 12 months. There is demand in Canada for more Canadian trainers, people wanting to be trainers, and also to meet the demands of other markets, perhaps nearby or also in other places. For example, French-speaking places. So that's just something for you all to think about, but we will work with you and your community to do that in the future. Then the last thing I really want to say is the renewal of the teaching and learning materials for the certificate program. Once again, Canada is part of that group. One of your trainers is a member of the Innovation Project Working Group, supporting Antonietta Cacciani, the Professional Development Manager, in getting that program together. Once again, this is one of Gail's initiatives last year, and that is continuing to advance. Phase 1 was the Innovation Summit, and one of your trainers was also a part of that, and a trainer licensed in Canada, and we're continuing to have Canadian impact and influence in that space. So Canada's very well placed. In terms of the governance of all of that, the review and renewal of the resources rests with the board, and so you have representation on the board, and the Training Advisory Committee is being formed. Again, it's a Canadian, Noreen Rood, on this occasion, who is working with those trainers to refine the terms of reference for the Training Advisory Group to the board. So that's just a quick summary. Hopefully that's useful, and will get you started in thinking about the relationships, and also advance some thinking for those of you perhaps who haven't considered those intersections before. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, or feel free to invite me along to one of your board meetings, and I can answer your questions directly at that time. Jeff Wilson and Noreen Rood are your reps, and so I also provide the direct conduit to you regarding matters of policy and in training and in all aspects of IAP2 internationally. And of course you also have Amelia as your president, who links with the other presidents of all the other affiliates, and in an informal way, and can support in that too. So let me know. Hope all goes well, and look forward to seeing some of you again soon, I hope. Bye.